What happens if you lose, Nick?
Who the hell is Aquaman?
I get Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, I get sausage biscuits. Maybe you guys will see a little footage of that later on because we got some good stuff.
Go with the deuces. There you go, baby.
Hey, boys and girls, good evening and welcome to KHI with Christopher James. I am Christopher James, right here. That's me. Good evening and welcome, man. What a great day. It's Monday, August 12th. Just finished a weekend in Pensacola for Island Fights 84. We had a great show. I'm going to talk about results and fights from that later on in the program today. Tonight, my two guests, Josh Dyer from Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, will be joining us at 8 o'clock. And the Beast himself, Chris Beast Boy Barnett, will be joining us at 8:30. Fingers crossed. I did not get a chance to watch any of the UFC fight card over the weekend, except for the main event. And what a finish by Sergey Spivak. What a guy. Just let me share this out to the groups real quick. Dun, 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 dun. This is so much easier now that it's just a checklist. You can just check them all off, and just share it to the groups. So that's what I'm doing. Sometimes I forget not to share like in certain groups to certain things. Like I can't check into the female MMA groups because I don't have any females on tonight. So they don't want to see that. But we are live. Don't forget tomorrow we have Fight Bananas rolling 1 o'clock in the afternoon with Dave Van Auken, Ella Dawson. They will not be joined by Maddie Levine, who's in Nashville, taking a little vacation with her and her hubby. So good for her and good for her hubby. Florida MMA fights. Staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so don't forget to check out HKAUSA.com for some great fight gear. Use the promo code BANANAS20 for 20% off all gear. We also have a partnership with Jazzercise. I don't have the information on my screen, but I'll get it and post it in the comments later on. So we do have a UFC fight card coming up this weekend. So I'm going to jump into that real quick and just give some quick hits on the prelims and the main card. Early prelims, Jack Jenkins versus Gavin Tucker. Looks like it's canceled. I was going to take Jack Jenkins in this fight, but it's saying it's canceled here on what I'm looking at right now. So I don't know. I'll have to look into that. Flyweight Stuart Nickel and Jesus Aguiar. That should be a good fight as well. 8-0 versus 10-2. I'm going to take the undefeated guy, Stuart Nickel. This fight right here, Song Kenan and Rick Glenn. This is going to be a good fight. 20-8 versus 22-8 and 2. Song Kenan is a great fighter, and so is Rick Glenn. I'm taking Rick Glenn to win this one. I don't think he's favored on this one. I don't have the betting odds in front of me. I'll have to pull those up. Tom Nolan and Alex Reyes. I'm going to take Tom Nolan to win that one. Preliminary card, that was the early prelims. Casey O'Neill and Teresa Bleda was also canceled, it looks like. Jack Jenkins has a new opponent in Herbert Burns, so that's my earlier sheet had that wrong. Jack Jenkins versus Herbert Burns. I'm going to take Jack Jenkins to win this one. I just feel good about Jenkins. Herbert Burns is a tough guy. I just think Jenkins is a better fighter. Casey O'Neill, I haven't seen her in quite a long time. She was on the shelf for a little bit. But this is in Australia. I believe that's where she's from. She's going to come up and show out to the crowd and put on a show, and she's going to take out Luana Santos. That's my pick. Joshua Cuilabo, against Ricardo Ramos. This one's a tough pick. You could really do a toss-up here. I think Joshua Cuilabo is going to win the fight, but really it's anybody's pick. And then we have Junior Taffa versus Walter Walker. I love Junior Taffa, I do, but I think Walker is just a better fighter. I think Walker's going to walk away with that win. Then we get to the main card: Li Jinglang versus Carlos Pratis. I'm taking Lee. Tai Tuivasa versus Jairzinho Rosenstruck. I'm taking Rosenstruck in that one. Mateus Gamrot versus Dan Hooker. This is going to be a barn burner, but Gamrot's going to come away with the win. Kai Kara France versus Steve Urseg. Urseg got a big main event title shot way ahead of schedule, in my opinion. But he's back, and he's taking on Kai Kara France. I'm taking Kai Kara France. Dricus du Plessis is going to defend his belt, middleweight title, against Israel Adesanya. A lot of people are talking about this fight. I've never, if I'm just being honest, as good as the guy's been, I've always picked against Israel for some reason. I just always thought he was going to lose. This is the first time I'm going on record picking Israel Adesanya to win a fight. I picked wrong against him so many times. I finally got it right when he fought Sean Strickland. Got one right, finally, and I also picked against him when he lost to Pereira. But I just think Israel's going to come back hungry. I've seen some photos of him training. He looks good. He's been tweeting out some stuff. He seems like he's focused on the fight. And I think he presents problems to du Plessis that we haven't seen him deal with. So it's going to definitely be interesting. So, we just roll with that. You know what I'm saying? Top has way better striking than Walker, the Temu version. Okay, Tom Noel is the biggest favorite on the card. Interesting. Staying Alive song is the best to keep someone alive in real life. Well, I hope I have some more guys coming in commenting besides my buddy Forrest, so, if you guys are watching the show, come on in and drop a comment. Like I said, we will go over the Island Fights 84 card. It's streamed live on our Island Fights YouTube page. It was awesome. I even got to put on a cowboy hat and announce one of the fights for one of our sponsors, Asesinato Tequila. Oh, there's somebody else watching. Hey, Dave Van Auken. What's up, D? Don't forget to tune in to watch Dave tomorrow, like I said, with L. Dawson. Island Fights was bananas. And after my first interview, if Chris Barnett is running late, I think, we will jump into the Island Fights card. Dave, if you want to jump in with me for the Island Fights card after this first interview, just click on in and we'll chat it up, bro. It'd be nice to have you on board. And Forrest, dropping a message for me, don't forget to subscribe and smash that button. Will Walker, what's up, brother? Good to have you on board. So we are about 2 minutes away from my first guest of the night, Josh Dyer. Fight to BKFC. He's 3-1 BKFC fighter. He had a big win, might be the knockout of the year for BKFC at BKFC 63 up in Sturgis 10 days ago, something like that. 10 days ago, was it? And it was pretty awesome. He just came out there and he was on fire. So a lot of people were talking a little smack about it because his opponent, Will Albrecht, fights bare knuckle, and he had a win again the Prospect Series against Freddie Sandoval, had a loss against Josh Dyer. He seemed to be a little bit older than what people were expecting to see. But, and I'm going to talk to Josh about this, even though the guy might have been a little older, a little more seasoned of a fighter, it doesn't mean that you can't take it seriously. And if you're Josh Dyer, you take the fight that's put in front of you and you go, So, he don't pick his opponents. Ready when you are. So I'm waiting for Josh. I just messaged him, let him know I'm ready for him when he's ready to come on. Come on. That didn't sound right, did it? I don't think it did. But while we're waiting, might as well have a smoke. Make sure you watch the screen down there, the crawl, as it goes, right by. Got some good information about their fight bananas. Like I said, make sure you smash and subscribe. Smash that like button on our Facebook, on our YouTube. Subscribe to the Fight Bananas YouTube channel. I cut a big promo for Fight Bananas at the Pensacola Bay Center. Dave was sitting there going, "Oh my God." Fuck it. You just got to do it. When you get the mic in your hand, you got to take advantage, right? I don't know what it is today, Forrest. It's good though. The THC is probably about 35 to 45%. It does the job it's supposed to do, but I don't remember the name of it. So I don't care what the name of it is, as long as it does the job. All right, so where is this guy? We said 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Also today I saw Dean Toole, the man behind Island Fights and Game Bread, Boxing and Game Bread, Bare Knuckle, MMA, Icon Fighting. He posted today that 2 more people from Island Fights have signed with the PFL. However, he did not announce who those 2 fighters were. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess one may be Brock Weaver. Just a guess. I just got a feeling, but I could be wrong. But Brock Weaver formerly fought in the UFC. He's doing his own promotion up in Alabama. I forgot the name of it. My bad. But I know he's been itching to get back into the fight game. And it looks like, if I'm right, he might be going to PFL. Tyler Zombie Hill? Could it be Tyler Zombie Hill? Oh. Okay, he just said, okay, 1 second. All right, cool. Yeah, Dave, I don't know. Yeah, Forrest, I'm definitely going to get Brock back on the show. And it's B-R-O-K, not B-R-O-C-K. Yeah, Tyler had a great performance. So I'll tell you, there were some great fights at Island Fights 84. My favorite fight of the night was an exhibition sparring match, MMA fight between 2 young bucks. One was 16 and one's 18. Ethan Forrest and Jacob Abbott. These guys had beef at the weigh-in, at the face-off. They were pushing and shoving. I had to grab Ethan Forrest and pull him back. Then during the fight, when we introduced him into the crowd, Ethan Forrest walked into the ring first. He was waiting for Jacob Abbott to make the walk, and he was getting all hyped up, just expending energy, screaming, yelling. And I walked over to him. I said, "Listen, bro, take it down a notch. Calm down. Save some energy for the fight, and then go out there and do the fight." All right, I see my first guest in the green room. We'll come back to Island Fights 84 stuff in just a little bit, but he is here right now. Let's bring him in. From Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, Josh D-Day Dyer joining us on Christopher James on Fight Bananas. Josh, what's going on?
Hey, not too much, Chris. Just chilling over here. Yeah, just I got done running a couple of errands. About ready to head back, take the kids to Sky Zone, do some jumping.
Nice. Trampoline time, huh?
Yes, sir. That's the goal.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Do you get on the tramps with them and do you jump?
Hell yeah, dude. That's such good cardio, man. I get tired as hell jumping on those stupid trampolines. I'm like, every once in a while I'll be jumping and I'll think I'm in good shape, and then 5 minutes I'm exhausted. I'm like, how the hell can I fight? I can't even jump on a trampoline. I'm like, this is gonna be fun.
Last time I jumped on a trampoline, I was in Tennessee. I was visiting my buddy, you know him, Cyrus Fees, and we went to a trampoline park with his kids. And my wife and I and Cyrus, we all got on the trampoline and we were jumping around, going crazy. And I'm going to tell you something, man. I thought I was going to drop dead. I thought I was going to have a heart attack on the spot because it was so crazy.
Oh yeah, nope. Every once in a while, it's a nice little reality check to remind yourself how out of shape you are. So, yeah, I'll be hopping up myself.
I'm out of shape. Well, actually, I'm in shape. The shape is called round. That's the shape I'm in. Round. That's my shape today.
That's what I was in before this fight camp, man. I got a little lazy outside of this one, so I had to play catch up quite a bit.
Well, you know, sometimes that happens. You know, you have to you know, get yourself back in shape, you know, and life happens. You know, you're a father, so you got stuff going on. You know, so you're not always going to be in perfect shape, but when it's time to fight, you know, you step it up and you do your thing. So let me ask you, you know, you started your career in MMA. You know, from what I can see here, your MMA record, 4-4, and your nickname. What was the nickname that they had here for you? Ken Doll.
Yes, yeah, they had a nickname as Ken Doll back in the day, and that came from my gym that I trained at. 'Cause they always said I looked like a Ken doll. So they just started calling me it, and I never would pick a cage fighting name whenever I'd show up to these fights, and so they're like, dude, you got to pick a name or else we're going to give you one. And so then my gym just told the guys to call me Ken Doll, and so I was like, whatever, you know. They called me that for like 6 years until people kind of forgot what my name was. So there's a lot. Ken's real name, and I was like, hell yeah. Well, then I went pro. I fought probably 20 times as an amateur, and I won most of them. And then I got kind of bored of it and quit training, and I started getting my ass whooped a little bit and got down to like a 4-4 record. But that's why I changed my name to D-Day. Decided I wanted to start winning. Went on a decent winning streak, and then went bare knuckle and found my calling in this sport. Bare knuckle is a lot more my style because then I don't got to wrestle and do all that jujitsu and kicking and shit. I just get to do whatever I'm best at, and that's smashing people.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you should bring back the Ken Doll nickname. Especially with the popularity of the Barbie movie. Just bring it back. It's not like you were creating it now. It's a throwback. It's an OG name. Bring that shit back and have some fun with it, dude. Fucking do the Ken pose.
I did that for years, man. Dude, Barbie Girl was like my favorite song. I was always walking out to that shit. Crowds like, what is wrong with this dude? Then I'd smash somebody and they'd be like, well, we kind of like it. Yeah, all right. So, yeah, I'd made sure to try to get into people's heads by picking the girliest songs I could ever come out to, and it worked pretty good.
Yeah, and I've tried for years to get a fighter to walk because I'm a ring announcer. I've tried for years, like at weigh-ins, hey, walk out the Barbie Girl, just fuck everybody's mind up. Walk out the Barbie Girl, walk out the Barbie Girl. Nobody ever does it. And then there was Josh, and Josh did it. I'm gonna have to go find a video of that now. So
I picked them all, man. I Need a Hero by Bonnie Tyler, freaking Call Me Maybe, Carly Rae Jepsen, Barbie Girl. I'm like Owl City, Fireflies. Yeah, dude, I came out to any song you could imagine. If it was anti-masculine, I came out to it. My opponents were like, dude, you really got in my head with that freaking girly song, man. I'm like, yeah, it works.
Maybe you should walk out the WAP, that wet ass pussy song, one day just to fuck with people.
God, I can never do that. I gotta be a little bit of a role model. That song makes me want to barf, dude. I can't believe that song.
I can't believe that song gets played on the radio, and then they took away an old school Christmas song and banned it from the radio airwaves. I don't remember what song it was, but they banned a Christmas song, and they're letting WAP play on the radio.
Yeah, they banned Baby It's Cold Outside, and then that same year they made WAP like the #1 song, and I was like, you're fucking kidding me, right? It was so disgusting. I couldn't believe that shit. I was like, man, I don't know. never appreciate that music.
Stupid song, and it's a sad state of affairs when that song gets played, and baby, it's
You
cold
see all these
outside.
girls that
Man.
dance to it. I'm like, how do you say I'm a slut without saying I'm a slut? I'm like, yeah.
Well, Scott Farley from Goat Combat Agency just commented. He said you're one of the best at 185, and from what I've seen so far, I have to agree.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been trying pretty hard, man. I mean, Lorenzo toasted my ass pretty good back in the day, so had to make some changes. I thought I was the toughest guy around until he showed me that I wasn't. So went and changed up my whole style, and I feel like I have a lot more technical, and I got a lot more skills because of that. So we can thank Mr. Lorenzo Hunt for giving me a PhD in ass whippings within 5 rounds.
So let me ask you a question, because Lorenzo Hunt got suspended by the state of California for a ridiculously high testosterone level and something else in his system when he fought Mick Terrell for the title. Does that make you question when you fought him if he was on something or not?
I don't really give a shit. I feel like everybody's on something, man. And I don't know. I have no idea whether he was on or not. He hit me like a Mack truck. And all I can say is that I appreciate the shit out of him for beating the fuck out of me, because it helped me become that much better. So, like I said, I'm all for it. Pump as much of that shit in your system as you want. And unfortunately, you take the risk. You get caught, whatever. But it's just going to make me tougher for getting my ass beat by it. I'm not going anywhere. So it makes me happy, dude.
Do you think that
I don't get into the politics of it.
do you think that fighters should be allowed to take stuff and just let it be legal?
I think that they should be able to take things that are like beneficial for your health. If it doesn't make your dick smaller and all that other shit, and there's like no negative side effects, I'd be like, fuck it, man. I'd just say go for it. But I'm all for like your health. Like take care of your health in the process. If you're gonna do something for a win that's gonna fuck you for the rest of your life, I'd say you should probably never do that. That's why I think all steroids should never ever be allowed. They're too hormonal. There's other options out there that you can use that are legal and are strictly beneficial for you. They're going to take care of you whenever you're 50, 60, 70, 80 years old, man. So I'm just like, I think that certain ones should be allowed, but I don't know, man. Maybe we'll stay away from 3,000 plus trend levels. So we'll see
That's
how
some
that
crazy
goes.
shit. That's some crazy shit right there. I have a mixed take on it. I feel like if people are going to do it anyway, then just let everybody do it. But I also think to myself that what you just said about getting older, and some of these guys that do put stuff in their body, I don't think they think it through to when they're going to be 50 or 60 years old, 70 years old, and their body's breaking down in ways they never imagined because of the shit they put in their bodies when they were 25, 30, and 35, right?
Exactly. This is a short-term game. I mean, I'm 30, I'm 33, and I can't imagine doing this much past 40, So it's like you're going to sacrifice the whole rest of your life because you put some hormones in your body for a few years, and then what? You stop, and now your test is low, your wiener's soft, you got titties hanging down to your belly button. I was like, yeah, you know, doesn't sound too enticing, but like I said, there's other options out there. I mean, you can go and you can take, legal tests. You can, there's other like healthy benefits. You can just improve your diet, exercise properly, and a lot of options, man. Get your protein, your micronutrients right. Get a good trainer. I would say that, yeah, if it's going to destroy your body, stay away from it. But yeah, it is what it is. Like I'm so used to people cheating. There's always going to be cheaters out there, and it's like you got to be able to beat the cheaters too. If you can't beat the best cheater in the world on your worst day, then you're not going to be anything in this sport. So I try to train to be able to, on my worst day, beat the best dude that's packing all the fucking roids and everything. If I can't do that, I'm not the best. So that's my mentality, and I know others would probably disagree, but I look at it like it's me against me, and I got to find a way to win. There's always a way, and so that's what I look for.
I'm looking at your record. You're 3-1 in BKFC. The loss we talked about, the Lorenzo Hunt. You've got 2 no contests up here. I just noticed that. Like I was sitting there staring at them. I thought it said cancel bouts. And I said no, it says no contest. So your first win when you debuted at BKFC, you beat Jared Warren, you lost to Lorenzo, you beat Dakota Cochran, then accidental headbutt against Joe Riggs. That became a no contest in round 1. And then the fight with Jared Warren, and I actually did not see this fight, so maybe you could take me through it, but it was another one, a no contest, strike to the back of the head, round 2. Was it you that struck him to the back of the head, or was it him that struck you to the back of the head?
No, he hit me in the back of the head twice, but he didn't get called for it. I threw a punch and he looked away, which that was completely his fault. The punch was still legal, man. I threw a punch. It landed. My knuckles touched his ear, and a couple of them landed behind his ear. It's still a legal punch. But when I threw the punch, he looked the exact opposite way and revealed the back of his head to me on his way to the ground because I'd already rocked him with an uppercut. Was it intentional on his part? I doubt it. But I would say that I got called for a back of the head punch, and I watched it 1,000 times. I had about 8 million people messaging me saying they've been watching it. That from every angle it was a legal punch. So I was like, hey, it is what it is. I mean, I believe I won that world championship. And the headbutt with Joe Riggs, like he had just dropped me. I was a little bit rocked, and so I got back up, and I was like, all right, well, I better put this down first before the round's over, or else he's going to be up 2 rounds. So I went and I just threw the hardest right hand that I could, and he like leapt at me, like covered 3 feet of distance with his face just like right towards my head. So like last second I was like, this guy's gonna face butt me, and so like I tucked my head just so we didn't clash faces, and he got the worst of it. And I was like, damn, bro, like that was on you. Like if you look at my feet, I barely moved an inch. He literally leapt at me from across the ring face first. I was like, bro, like I'm not gonna let you face butt my face. You're gonna face butt my head. If that's gonna be the case, then he was all crying about it. So like that's on you, bro. I mean, a lot of people try to act like I'm a dirty fighter because of that, but I've always been the fighter that like gives people second chances. Like I'll drop you and let you get back up. I always try to take care of people. Like I'll stop beating people before the ref pulls me off of them, man. Like I've always been a very good sport in this sport, and it makes me happy. Like winning is great and all, but I like having a good time out there, and hurting someone else is terrible, dude. It's like I always try to take care of people when I'm fighting them too. That's why I'm so merciful. That's why I go out there and I end people in 2 punches instead of 400, because I'm like, I ain't trying to give you brain damage for 40 years, man. I'm just trying to let you realize you made a quick mistake and get you in and out quick as hell. So
yeah, just
trying to be a good guy out here.
Just give them a concussion for the night, not for their life, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I ain't trying to give them Parkinson's over here. I'm just trying to make you go, shit, I shouldn't have done that.
So you got to go to Sturgis. Before we talk about the fight itself, just tell me your experience in Sturgis. How much fucking fun did you have, bro?
Tremendous amount of fun. Yeah, me and Connor had a great time after that fight. Yeah, he invited me over to hang out with him afterwards. And, oh yeah, he invited me over past his personal security. He had like 10 security guys follow him everywhere. He changed out of his fancy suit and he was strutting around in that bare-chested leather jacket and everything. So doing his little cock walk everywhere. But yeah, we had a good time, man. We got to go around and check out the Bikini Beach a little bit, and people were doing drifting contests on their motorcycles right in front of us. I got a big chunk of a tire burning a hole through my leg. Oh. I feel like I saved him on that one, but it is what it is. We're posing for a pic, and then it got me and not him. And I was like, "Oh, take the pic! My leg's on fire."
That had to suck. How was the crowd? How were the people at the fight?
Oh, it was the best crowd I've ever experienced. South Dakota. We've never had a vertical fight here before, so I've been trying to keep my fans all excited. I've been putting billboards up every fight, and then the fight would be in like Florida or something. So it's always like a lot of money that I would spend on my end, a lot of effort that I put out there to like keep people included out here so they would know what's going on. And, when I finally got a chance to have a fight in Sturgis and have my crowd show up, we packed the place. I can't say they were all my people, but dude, my people showed up, dude. You could hear them in the crowd. I mean, we put like 15,000 people in that area. So, I mean, we had ourselves a blast. They were all cheering for me. And, whenever they announced I was from South Dakota, the crowd went wild. And those are just, I've been waiting for that moment for a long time because, I've been showing up into other people's territory and for world championships and beating their ass in their hometowns, and having to overcome their crowd, and then they quit in front of their own hometown on pay-per-view for a world championship fight. I'm just like, yeah, we don't do that in the Midwest. You come over here, we're gonna finish you. So
Finish it up.
we try to keep it legit over here.
I like it. Well, listen, you fought a guy named Will Albrecht. He won a fight on the Prospect Series, and then he got elevated up to a guy like you. You got a huge knockout, dude. I mean, you busted his face right through the ropes. It was beautiful to watch. 46 seconds into round one, which it's your credo. I got you out of there quick, but I've seen since that fight on social medias, on Facebook, on Insta, people talking about like you fought your grandpa. What do you say to those people? Because I look at it like this: the guy took a fight. He knew what he was getting into. You didn't pick your opponent. BKFC said this is the guy. You signed the contract. So what do you have to say to the people that are kind of crapping on your win because it seems that he's a lot older than you?
But people can always look for a reason, right? I mean, yeah, he was a little older, and I would say that, I probably won't be fighting whenever I get to his age. And if I am, I sure as shit won't be fighting dudes like me, and yeah, I mean, it's all dude. I mean, I watched what he did to his last opponent. To anybody that thinks that guy can't fight, I mean, what he did to Freddie Sandoval in under 2 minutes was enough to make me lose a little bit. I mean, he busted that dude chunks of flesh hanging off his forehead, dropped him 3 times in one round. I mean, guy's got an 80-inch reach. Those are some real problems. Former King of the Cage warrior, world champion. So I was like, yeah. I mean, yeah, he's getting up there in age. I mean, I've been doing this for a while too, and I understand. Sometimes experience can really, really fuck you. So I told myself I was going to try to get him out quick because sometimes those smart old guys can figure some shit out. So it is what it is. I mean, I would ideally not like to fight someone that's 47 years old, but hey, I'm like, the dude for being 47 can and does hurt people. He'd be hospitalized if dude's half his age. So it is what it is. I hope that they take care of him and they get a fight that is not against someone like me in the future. So yeah, Will's a good guy. Wild Bill, I mean, he showed up, he showed out, he freaking trained for it. He was training at elevation, man, 5,000 feet above sea level. I mean, a lot of the things that people were worried about. I mean, this guy had some advantages when he showed up. So I was a little nervous about this guy.
And rightfully so. He's earned the right to be respected and to cause a little bit of nerves in his opponent.
Oh yeah, and he talks great shit too. We were going back and forth on Facebook. I was trying to get into his head, and he got me a couple times because he's really smart. Hit me with some good comebacks, and so I had to hit him back with some good ones too. And then eventually he told me after the fight, he's like, "Yeah, you got me, dude. I was so pissed off at you. I came in seeing red, wanted to take your head off, and I fell right into your trap." And I was like, "Well, that's a big compliment considering you've been through the ringer a couple times yourself." But I do set traps. I'm a very tricky individual, so I just wanted to put on. So I'm just glad that we were able to get there healthy, put on a good show for the crowd, and yeah, I got one of the best knockouts of my life. I'm very grateful for that.
So 46 seconds. There's not a lot to talk about in 46 seconds, but there's stuff to talk about. So take us through that 46 seconds of fight time from your point of view.
Yeah, so mostly I was just trying to keep my energy level up. When I step in that ring, it's very mental. You're looking at a guy, he's staring you down, I'm staring him down, and it's like, let's get it. I got to keep that pressure up, try to keep him, from being able to think clearly. And so I try to use my confusing footwork. I do have the best footwork in the entire division. There's nobody that can keep up with my feet. I've got the speed advantage everywhere I go. I've also got the size and strength advantage everywhere I go. So, I mean, when you have the speed advantage, you determine when they get to touch you. And that's how I set my traps, is I get to every position first. And if you catch me, it's because I allowed you to, and that's usually not good for you. So He fell into my trap. I talked a lot of trash. I ran my mouth in the ring a little bit, got him good and angry and mad, and then he came at me and stepped right into my trap, and I put him to sleep for it. And he'll have to learn to keep his cool a little bit more next time.
You figure a veteran of his stature would already know how to keep his cool and not let the head games get to him.
Yeah, you'd think so, but I'm pretty good at this game. I've been doing this for about 12 years now, so yeah, I'm kind of a master with the shit talking.
Well, that's good, and you know it's good that you are because, especially in BKFC wants fighters that not only can go in there and deliver, you know, toe the line and knock dudes out and get the action, but they want you to engage in social media. They want your social media presence to be up here, you know, and if it is, you can fight. What's up, kids?
Are we on the?
Yeah, you guys are on the news. These are the kids. We're gonna be hitting up Air Madness in a little bit.
Who's that? We're gonna go now. Who's that?
Hey, this is
My
Chris.
name
We're doing
is
an interview right now.
James.
All right, Chris
They're
James.
awesome.
My name is Amelia Raddick, and my name is Joshua. I will beat you up. I'm a fighter.
All right.
Oh
Let
yeah,
me finish up. I'll catch you guys later. Yeah,
he's a fighter. Oh, he's a fighter, huh?
yeah. He is a fighter too. Yeah, these kids, they watch me on TV, and then even in charades, they'll get on the ground and start acting like a gorilla. And we're trying to guess what they are. We're like chimpanzee, gorilla. They're like, no, I'm a bare knuckle fighter, and I'm just like, oh.
Oh my God, is that something you would encourage your kids to do?
Hell no.
What if they want to follow in Dad's footsteps? Oh, he froze up. He's up in the.
Nah, I want them all to know it's important. Yep, it's important to know how to fight, but I don't want them competing like I'm doing here. I only do it because I'm so damn good at it. You know, I'm just like, hey, I'm like, you gotta understand, I'm that much.
Ooh, froze up there, guys. He'll be there.
What I tell.
We are talking with Josh Dyer from Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. He just fought at BKFC 63. He is back. His internet's popping in and out a little bit. He's outside. He's up in South Dakota, I think. And, you know, sometimes.
Here, give me a second here.
Okay, I'll give you a second. I hear motion.
I got a real dead spot right there.
Yeah, and your face is frozen like in such a funny pose right now. It's hysterical.
All right, am I back?
You're back.
Perfect. Sorry, that was the worst spot for my internet, but it should be good here.
All right, cool. So, you know, you said you don't want them to follow in your footsteps because, you know, you only do it because you're so good at it. But what if your little boy right there that's telling me he's going to kick my ass? What if he's better than you?
He's pretty damn good. I'll give you that much. Both of my kids, I mean, Russell is, he just turned 7 yesterday, but I mean, the kid's good. I've been training them since they were babies. You know, they know how to fight. They can take your back. They can wrestle. They can throw 1-2s. You know, my 5-year-old can throw a hook. They can drop a full-grown man if he hits you in the liver. And I know that because he's done it to me. And I am not just a full-grown man. I've got abs too. And that little kid has got some torque. He really gets you good. He'll sink that little fist way up into your rib cage and tap that liver, and he'll put you on the ground. I mean, if you flex and you know it's coming, it ain't going to do nothing. But if you're not ready for it, that little 5-year-old boy will wreck somebody. So
I love it. Love it. And I love that he knows to go for the liver. That's awesome.
I never even told him to go for the liver. I just noticed after like the 4th time he wrecked me there, I'm like, bro, you're pretty consistent in getting that liver. And he just likes it. He just flings into the liver, and yeah. So I have to flex hard, like real hard. But yeah, I'm proud of those little guys.
Maybe
I protect.
He might be the next big superstar in combat sports, dude. You know, bigger than Connor. You know, if he's already getting the liver at 7, and it's an instinct. You know, he's doing it instinctively. And shit, he might you might need to start coaching him up and, you know, running his career.
I'll definitely let him make his own decisions. You know, I'm not going to give him a direction one way or the other, I'll just give them the skills and be like, hey man, you do what you want. I'd recommend not, but it is what it is. You know, I'm only good at two things, painting and fighting. You know, you might have other skills that you want to make some money with.
All right. So people in the crowd, a couple of questions for you. One is, his only question for Josh is, when was the moment you knew you loved BKFC? Thanks.
Dude, all right. So the moment that I knew that I loved BKFC was whenever they gave me a call and I showed up to fight Jared Warren for my first fight. And I had just got done finishing a UFC veteran in a round out in North Dakota for Valor. And that was Dane Sayers. And he had never been finished before, but I told everybody I was going to be the first one to do it. And I was. And I came out and I told everybody I was going to wreck Jared Warren. I told them all it'd be in one round, but it took me 3 because he is extremely tough. And after that fight was over, I was told that Jared was just an average fighter, like wasn't even very good. I was a little bit not by BKFC, but by my original manager that I no longer have. But he was trying to set me up to get beat by Jared, and I'd done a little research, and they told me, and it said that he might be like an amateur world kickboxing champion, you know. And I was like, so I called my manager and I was like, hey, dude, what do you think about that? And he's like, oh, that's full of shit. He's like, there's a kickboxing champion on every street corner, man. There's so many different organizations and promotions. He's like, this dude's he got a weak chin. He's only got a left hand. Doesn't have anything good. You'll be all right. So when I went out there and it took me 3 rounds to finish him, I was actually really discouraged, you know, with my performance. And even though it was a flawless victory, I walked out and I planned on quitting right then and there, you know. And I went to my coach and I was like, I think I'm going to be done. And he's like, why? I'm like, because it took me 3 rounds to beat Jared Warren, bro. And he's like, you do know that Jared Warren is the man, right? And I was like, no, dude, I was told he was a nobody. And they're like, no, come with us. And they took me over and introduced me to Jared's coach and manager. And I sat down and he explained to me just who Jared Warren really was. And I was just like, oh, okay. Well, I was going to plan on quitting. So I fired my manager that night and then ended up taking Jared Warren's manager. He took me under his wing and he's been taking care of me ever since. And it's been good. That'd be Kevin over at Smith Brothers. He's been honest with me since the beginning, you know, gave me an accurate depiction of my performance. And yeah, and that's whenever I realized, like, yo, I might actually be good in this sport.
Yeah, well, now it seems, I mean, and you know, you've had 2 fights with him already, but it really seems like, you know, that's the fight to make still. Dyer versus Warren is the only fight that makes sense for you coming up next, right?
Well, you know, to a lot of people, that fight is the only fight that makes sense. To me, I do look at it slightly differently. You know, like, even though we're both highly skilled fighters, there's just not like a whole lot of hype behind it. Yeah, it's the belt, but for me, I mean, I've already won every second of every minute of every round of every fight that we've had. You know, like I've destroyed him. You know, we fought for total 5 rounds of combat within 2 fights, and I've dropped him 5 times. You know, that's a 100% drop ratio per round. I've dropped him every single round, and he's never dropped me. He's never hurt me. All right, I'm gonna have you go for a little bit. Okay. Yeah, and it's not even competitive. You know, like I've made it not competitive multiple times, and for him to be able to, you know, I mean, he quit in his hometown. You know what I'm saying? Like, he quit from a legal punch. He had 5 minutes to recover from a legal punch. He chose to quit. And then he blocked me on all social media and ran, you know. And I'm just like, I don't have a lot of desire to fight him again. You know, even though he's holding the belt, I just don't have it in me. You know, like I'm like, how many times you got to beat somebody's ass? You know, like, it's like he just keeps coming back from the dead. I'm like, what are you doing, man? You know, it is what it is. I'd rather fight somebody and get some fans for a little bit. You know, like, chasing the belt's cool. Everybody wants the belt. I just want to go and become a superstar, man. Like, I've got the skills to beat anybody, I believe. I think I could beat Mike Perry, Jake Paul, Conor McGregor even, you know, like, and I love Conor, but like, I think I could beat everybody. I'm the Southpaw Slayer. I've beaten every single Southpaw I've ever fought. You know, I've got the hack to beating those guys. And at this level of the sport, you almost always fight Southpaws. Most of my fights have been against Southpaws at this level because, you know, even though they only represent 10% of the population. They represent like 90% of championships, because they're just so tricky. And you look at my first fight, Dane Sayers, southpaw, Jared Warren, southpaw, and then Jared Warren again, southpaw, Diesel Riggs, southpaw. And I'm just like, it's all up here. Oh, now they're talking Richmond, southpaw. And so I'm like, but I've never lost to a southpaw. I don't know that I can. I've got their style figured out so well. But I just want to fight and make some money. Like I want to get up into like the.
Well, that's cool. And, you said they were talking about you and you fighting Mike Richmond. That'd be an entertaining fight. Both of you guys like to step forward and bang. So I would definitely be down for that one. But the goal is the title. So, and right now it sits around Jared Warren, who you've already danced with a couple of times. And you want to be a superstar. So, my thought process would be take the Mike Richmond fight and then right back to Jared Warren if he's still holding the belt after you fight Mike Richmond. And you win that fight, you got to just go get the belt and then become a superstar with the gold around your body, because that championship puts more dollars in your pocket right off, and then, they push you more when you're a champion.
That is true. I like that. I like everything except for fighting Mike Richmond first.
Why not? You don't want to fight Mike?
Later. That dude. Yeah. We're talking about the liver popper. Yeah, that's Mr. Mike Richmond over there. He'll be sinking that freaking left hook right into my liver and wrecking that shit. But we'll cross that river when it comes, because that dude can fight. You see what he did to Lorenzo in the first round. I mean,
I did.
I watched that fight in amazement. And I fought Lorenzo. I took his hits for 5 rounds, so I know I can take a punch to the head. But I watched what he did to Lorenzo's body, and I was like, "Whoo!"
It's good shit.
That.
Well, listen up there, my friend, Mr. Dyer. I appreciate you taking the time. I kept you a little longer than I had planned on, and I know you're going to go do stuff with your kids, so I don't want to hold you up any longer. There's just one more thing. First, you're a first-time guest on the show. And I always ask first-time guests to do something that's out of their comfort zone on the show. I've had over 400 guests do it. Nobody's ever said no. My next guest is sitting in the studio waiting right now, and he's done it. But he ain't scared of shit. So he'll get up and dance if I ask him to do on the show, because he's Chris Barnett. He'll be coming on in just a minute. But it's a little thing I ask. I like to ask my first-time guest to sing for us. Doesn't have to be a whole song. 15 seconds max, and that's it.
All right. I gotta think real quick. I gotta think of a good song. Wow, I am drawing some blanks. You got any requests? What you got?
What's your walkout song?
Well, this one was Hell's Bells.
Oh, well, dude, some Hell's Bells, or you did Barbie Girl a bunch of times. Sing a little Barbie Girl. I know you know the song.
Shit, I got some. I'm Blue. Here we go. Okay. All right, a second here. Here's a little story about a guy that lives in a blue world, and all day and all night, and everything he sees is just blue, like him, inside and outside. Blue his house with a blue little window and a blue Corvette, and everything is blue for him and himself, because he ain't got nobody to listen. Dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die. Oh yeah,
fucking love it, dude. Love it. All right, thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. Real quick before you go, give everybody your socials so they can follow the fucking journey.
Hells yeah, brothers. Yeah, so you can check me out on Facebook over at Josh Dyer. Same thing on Instagram, Josh Dyer. Pretty easy to find me. I try to keep all my stuff the same. But yeah, follow me on my way to the top. I'm going to be crushing and smashing. I never quit. I break my hands. I break faith. I don't care. I fight on, I don't quit. It's going to be good. So take a piss. Get your popcorn ready. If I'm on the show, it's going to be good. It's going to be fire. It's going to be lit. Bet on me. I'll freaking win you some money. It's going to be a good time.
Awesome, man. Well, listen, keep in touch with me, man. I'll keep in touch with you. When we get another fight announcement, we'll bring you back on. We'll hype it up for you. We'll do our thing, man.
Sounds like a plan. All right. Peace out. Catch you later.
Have a good time. Thanks. Boys and girls, that was Josh Dyer. And my next guest, haven't talked to him in a while. I've known him for as long as I've been in the MMA game. I've known this guy. I watched him come up, from the XFC gym. He got on the back of Jonathan Ivey, rode him like a show pony inside the XFC cage. It was absolutely in his pro debut, mind you, pro debut against a guy with like 60 fights, and he rode him like a horse. Yee-haw! Smacked him in the booty a little. He's one of my favorite people in MMA. He's a great character. He's a good dad. He's a lot of fun to be around. The energy just pours off him. And I think we have a fight announcement. So we're going to bring him in right now. The man himself, Chris Beast Boy Barnett.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
What's shaking? You forgot to add to that list. You were technically the first person to ever say Chris Beast Boy Barnett. You were the first person to ever say that. So you gotta add that to your list.
I got to add that to my resume. That's why I'm going in the Hall of Fame, because of that right there.
Right there. I'm telling you.
I like how you got over your head there, the Chris Barnett from the lockers in the UFC, right?
Yeah. I stole the shit out of that. I was like, whoop. I'm leaving with something.
I did the same thing. And I was up in Seattle. My friend's band, Rabbit in the Moon, was playing a show. They flew me out there to MC the show. And I was out there, and the show was at Quest Stadium, which is where the Seahawks play. Nice. So we were walking around in the underbelly of the stadium, and we got access to one of the locker rooms, and they had an NFL policy about steroids up on the wall in a picture frame. I snatched that shit right the fuck up, threw it in my fucking backpack.
It's mine.
I had to, man. It was I didn't think it was going to come off the wall. I went over there like expecting to go, and it was going to be stuck. I went over there and just went, said, "Holy shit, I'm keeping this."
Right off. It was supposed to happen then. That's clearly, if it came off that easy, somebody's supposed to take it. They didn't want it that bad.
No, they didn't want it that bad. I'm sure the guys in the locker room.
You'll nail it down if you want something. I know.
Those guys in the locker room probably were glad I took away the steroid policy note, because they didn't want to see that shit.
You might have set somebody up. They were like, "Yo, they took the policy down. We're good. Yo, let's start."
Oh my god! Oh my god! I never even thought about that till you just said. Now I've got to go back and look at the year I went and see if anybody got dumped.
The reason why Russell Wilson left. That's why Russell Wilson really left.
No,
he said, "Oh no, we do steroids. I gotta get out of here."
This was pre-Russell Wilson. This was long before Russell Wilson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I ain't gonna own that shit, man. He's gonna be better off in Pittsburgh now anyway, because fucking Denver just fucking screwed him around and fucking put a lot of shit on him. That's a whole different fucking conversation.
I blame Sierra and Future, because that whole like Future, him raising Future son and Future not like, and it's like, man, leave that man alone, let him play football. Now that he got this whole side escapade going on, he's just trying to be a good dad and be a quarterback, but no.
It's ridiculous, man. Some of the stuff it's so funny, because the stuff they were going through, with all that stuff, happens to people every day in life, but we never hear about it. And then, we hear about it from an athlete, and we're all like, so engaged in it.
You
meanwhile,
just happen to win a Super Bowl, and all of a sudden it's so much more important.
And meanwhile, the shit happened to my next door neighbor, and I don't even give a fuck about that, right? I'm worried about
Frank
Russell Wilson.
Is mad as hell right now. Frank is upset because he's like, I go through the same shit every day. What are we doing?
I fucking love it. So, first, how are you?
Man, let me tell you something. If you would have asked me that about, I'll say 6 months ago, I would have been like, man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because I was supposed to have the Usman fight, right?
Right.
And I'm hyped. I got my right knee fixed. Good to go. I'm like, yeah, can't nothing stop me down. Pow. Oh my God. I ended up like rupturing now my Achilles. Sounds crazy. I know. But with now the technology we have now, it's almost like I don't want to say it's almost like a sprain, but it's like it's doable. So actually, me and my doctor, we had that conversation. I was like, hey, I know Kobe Bryant got this and he was able to come back, but I don't have Kobe Bryant money. And Dr. Johnson, shout out AOC, Athens Orthopedic Center here at Athens. My man looked at me. He goes, "You want to fight again?" I said, "Yes, please, sir." He said, you say less. Watch this. When you get out of this, I promise you, you're going to be back full da-da-da-da-da. So fast forward 4 months after that initial conversation, I am what did he tell me? I was at 4 months, I was 4 months ahead of what I needed to be. And he was like, "What are you doing different?" So I did, once you get injured, you start that rabbit hole. You got a lot of time on your hands. So I did my little rabbit hole down YouTube. I actually looked up these Indian doctors and their whole philosophy.
When you say Indian doctor, are you talking about Indians from India or tribal Indians like from here in the States?
The Simpson joke. No, the Simpson joke, not feather. I didn't say that joke. This is Simpsons, but yeah, no, Indian in the eastern, the eastern side of the world.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify because
no, trust me, I get it. I've had that so many times. So what do you mean, dude? Like you were in New Mexico? I was like, no, fool. I mean, like Indian, like
yeah, and you don't gotta go to New Mexico because there's Indians in Florida, there's Indians in Alabama. True. We know Brock Weaver. He's an Indian. We can hook him up.
Man, good old Brock. Yeah, man, I ain't heard that name in a minute. Wow. All right. But yeah, so we get to that point. I start watching all these other videos, and a lot of people, when it comes to the Achilles, they want you to do non-weight bearing. A lot of non-weight bearing. Well, I got kids, I got chickens, I got dogs, I got to be here, I got to be there. Non-weight bearing wasn't an option. You know what I'm saying? So
and you're a heavyweight.
Well, yeah, exactly. But that's really the real reason why it's not an option. I gave those crutches, I'll say about 3 hours. And I was like, nope, this shit ain't working for me. My armpits were raw and everything, so had to get rid of that. I'm literally figuring it out with this boot on, watching these videos, and they're like, the more you actually do with your leg, the better it's going to be when the boot comes off. And sure enough, by the time I was able to take the actually they took the cast off the first time, I was able to do the raises and everything they needed me to do. And they're like, "All right, we don't know what you're doing, but slow down, like we get it. You want to get back, but chill." But I had it set in my mind, like, we know you should know your body. You know what I'm saying? And with that, I was like, nothing hurts. Like the first 2 days, I understand why people get addicted to drugs because them perks had me. I was like, "Hey guys, so life is just like, oh my God." Like, so that I only did it them 2 days because I made like just to make sure, whatever. But I also wanted to. It's weird. I don't know if other people deal with it, but like if something is in pain on my body, this sounds crazy. If I work out or do something else, it's like the body forgets about it. And it's like, oh yeah, we got this whole system we need to deal with instead of just focusing on this pain. So I stayed working out. As crazy as it sounds, this has been one of the best things that's happened to me because it made me stop and be like, hey, all that gifted ish can be taken away just like that, boy. So you need to really, you know what I'm saying? And like, again, like you said, we've been in this, 2008, 2009? You know what I'm saying?
2008, yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, so I had to stop and be like, okay, we can get ready for a fight in X amount, but why are we doing it this way? Why are we doing it this way? Okay, we've tried it this way. Look at the success you had. So I had time to just dial back and look at everything that worked and put it together, So getting back, we'll say, what was it? We're in August now. June. I'll say 4 days after my birthday, he cleared me. He was like, "I've never cleared anybody this fast." But from what you're telling me and what you're showing me, because I showed him videos of me sparring, throwing spinning stuff, my jump spinning stuff, all this stuff. He was like, that's different. He goes, "I've never had anybody heal this fast with it, but you're good to go. You're good to go." So literally right after that, I was like, "Hey, UFC, they told me I'm good. Please, 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 please." And sure enough, because what was it? Mick and them, they were asking, they were like, "Hey man, how's Chris? Is Chris good? We want him on the card. We need him on the card." I was praying to get on this Perth card. I wanted to fight one of the Toffa brothers on the Perth card.
Yeah,
there was a little bit of talks about it, but they this is why, like, you'll never hear me ever slander or anything or whatever as far as UFC. They were like, hey, give it some time, my man. We want you at your, at your best. And I was like, you guys really do like me? Oh my God. Anybody else, they'd be like, yo, go ahead, take the fight. We need you on the card. Go, 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 go. So that right there, even if that isn't the case, that's what I have in my mind. So
it sounds like they're watching out for you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, to me, that just, I've been in so many different organizations, and I've seen that quote unquote, hey, you ready to go? Sure. Go ahead. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're not really concerned about it. They're just trying to fill a position.
That's right.
I've been in this, for 3 years now, 4 years now with them, and I never have that feeling. Like, I never have oh my God, let's just feed him to somebody. You know what I mean? Like, not to say, I'm glad my talents have shown them that I'm not some type of tomato can, but like, you know what I mean? I've never had that feeling of they don't appreciate me. They don't whatever, you know what I mean? Even like when fighters start talking about pay and stuff, I get baffled by it. Cause you gotta, I come from fighting for 2 and 2, 200 and 200 at like 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. So these guys complaining about what we get, and then it's not like they don't do stuff on the side, like at the time the Venom check that they cut for you, this and that, like all the different checks, and it makes me sit back and be like, what are y'all doing with y'all's money? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is really going on outside of it? Because I still got that fight bonus money just sitting. You know what I mean? Like I haven't even touched that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it baffles me when people try to bash that aspect of it. But with me, I'm telling you now, like, I don't whatever they got favorites or whatever. It might just be because I'm willing to go with the flow. Like I don't cause trouble. I don't say anything crazy. I try to big them up. I don't you won't catch me on TMZ throwing a beer bottle at nobody or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So but yeah, man, like the journey to get back to especially be able to fight, I'll say again, that injury was beyond an eye-opener. And it's crazy to be in this game as long as I've been to have eye-openers still, so I'm happy that it happened because it brought back that hunger. It brought back that okay, I got to fight this guy that's got 70 plus pro fights, my first fight. Let's go. Like, you know what I mean? It brought back that Jonathan Ivey rage. You know what I mean? So, Chris, I'm telling you right now, I plan on having a 2-pack for this fight. Like, that's the work that we're putting in. I don't know if you noticed, I got a neck now. You see what I'm saying?
I see it, dude.
You see, like...
I was gonna say something, but I thought it might just be the camera angle, man.
But no, man, like we've literally been putting in work. Like I told you, I just left the gym. I am still sweating. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
I see it.
Like, man, like I got a neck now. I was like, hang on, is that a 2-pack for me? I got like, I don't know if they're abs or if it's just like flab on abs or something. Something down there looks like a 2-pack. So I'm
ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. Chris Barnett has a 2-pack broken right here exclusively on K-Side with Christopher James. 2-pack in not a 2-pack, it's a 2-pack.
2-pack, you better get it right. But yeah, man, like I'm beyond excited. Like, and this I can say this is a great rebirth, like being born again, especially after that, because them first 3 days, like I'm saying them first 2 weeks. Oh, what's up, little man?
That's my grandson JJ. Say hi, Chris.
Hi.
What's up, JJ?
Hi, Chris. Hello, Chris.
What's up, JJ? How you doing?
He said, how you doing? Answer him. All right, get out of here.
Hey, yep, this sounds about right. That's what I wanted to do. Get out of here now.
That's enough.
About 30 minutes ago.
I knew he was going to pull some crap. He comes over like he wanted to give me a hug because he's getting ready to lay down to go to sleep. And I waved him off. And I said, no, come on. And I knew he was going to go, because that's his favorite fucking noise. That and talking about poop.
How old is he?
5. Gonna be 6 in
Yeah, that sounds
October.
about right. That's yo, he's on par. He's on par. That's right.
He's on par. So
Poop and throw up.
what's and I don't want to bring up something that's going to get you in a foul mood or upset. But I know you went through a tragedy a while back. How are you recovering from that, and adjusting to the parenthood aspect of you're it now, for your kids? How has that affected your life? Because we haven't really talked since that, and I just wanted to find out how you're doing, like in here.
Yeah, no, like it's been, of course, we got, there's always going to be waves of emotions or whatever,
Sure.
but it's actually the broader picture of things. Like with it, I'll say it forced me to grow up even faster. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm already grown or whatever, but like you take life a little bit different when something like that happens. You know what I'm saying? So it has done nothing but help me become a better father. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can't even sit here and take all the credit. I've always said, my tribe around me is amazing, man. Like, I will never have to want for anything. You know what I mean? With my tribe, dude. Like, anything I need, boom, drop of a dime. And they what I love about this group is it's the exact same with everybody. No matter the situation, no matter what what's going on, we are there for each other, and it's good to have that group around. And then just the encore of people, like, I go through, I see the comments and stuff, like I'll see the oh, Chris is da-da-da-da-da, and they're like, yo, chill, man, he just lost his wife, man, y'all, hey, yo, let me see you in the streets. And I'm like, yeah, get him, guys. So
I would react the same way if I saw any bullshit about you,
yeah,
dude. And I'm 55 years old and can't fight worth a motherfucker, but if somebody talk shit about Chris Barnett, they're gonna deal with the angry old Jew from Brooklyn.
I swear I got like this little, like, these Russian bots that go in for me. I don't, if they're real, shout out to you guys, because the stuff they say to some people I've gotten some wild disrespect on it. I will say that much. And I get it, man. I get it. Like, I think I'll say it took me honestly about 2 days. And I think, what's the guy's name? Charlemagne, the guy, said it. You can't do anything. What am I going to do besides sit here and chit chat right back to him? Oh yeah, well, you're stupid and you got a big nose, huh? You know what I'm saying? They don't care about that. Half the time they just want the reaction. I've literally had a dude, this is, I don't want to, whatever, but whatever, we're here now. So in a comment thing, he had took a screenshot of I don't know if you've seen those little dancing, the little African dancing dudes when they walk down that. So he had put under that, this is Chris's wife. He had put that. And I was like, whoa! Like, that's all I put. And he goes, oh my God, dude, you responded, dude. I can't believe you responded, man. I'm a big fan. And I was like, hey, my dude, you know how it works, right? You could have just said hello. That could have worked too, but you went
especially to you. Yeah, especially to you,
It's like, what did I do to you, man? Like, jeez. But yo, they got him. The community got him. So I wasn't worried about it. But yeah, man, like, it's been, as much as it was a tragedy, the stuff that has come with it has been a blessing in disguise. Like, I need to shout out Kate's Club. They're a grievance, like, counseling kind of club or whatever, because I didn't know how to talk to the kids about it. You know what I mean? That was my whole thing, is like,
sure,
how do I explain this? And I'm too goofy because I'd be like, well, this happened, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't need that, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's just how I deal with unfortunate situations. If I ever get pulled over or anything, cops gonna be like, what is wrong with you? Why are you laughing? I laugh in uncomfortable situations, sir. I'm sorry. I'm not meaning anything, but the Kate's Club, we're able to go in there, talk about it. If they feel anything on it, you know what I mean? So it's a great way to communicate with them, because I am the worst at that when it comes to it. Because again, when I'm uncomfortable, I'm gonna shoot you about 12 jokes. Somebody needs to laugh, or I can't do this, So
that was my dad. When he found out that he got cancer, that's what he did. He cracked a couple of jokes and goes, "Oh yeah, I got cancer. Got to go." Hung up on me.
See, that would have been me. That would have been me, And we don't mean bad by it. We don't mean bad by it, but it's just the way to I don't know. I guess selfish, comfort myself, in that type of situation. But I will say, like, where I'm at now with it, because it was around Mother's Day. So this last Mother's Day, we just chilled, talked, we got her one of those the star things. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So now when they feel like they need to talk to her, especially at night, they can look up, boom,
And see
her
her
stars
star.
right there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So just
That's
to
beautiful.
give them that feeling of she's there watching always, you know. So they got that. They have to check on me more than I have to check on them. I don't know what it is, but these kids are thugs, man. Like I don't get it. Because they'll have to come to, like, because they'll hear me, you know, like not so much now, but during that, like, I'll be sniffling. Hey, you all right in there? Yeah, I'm fine. All right, just checking on you now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, how do they know? Like, you know, so
Because they
they're
know, because
doing.
they're your kids. They know, you know,
Yeah,
they
yeah, oh
sense
yeah,
it,
yeah.
you know.
I can't BS these two, not at all. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's another thing, Jim. Them picking off the energy of other people in this tribe that I have, they get it. Like, they understand, like, oh, he might be going through something. I know he's not going to tell me. Let me figure it out this way. You know what I'm saying? So my son will be like, hey, let's play Plants vs. Zombies. And the next thing you know, we're talking. And then bow, he's like, hey, so what are you sniffling about? And then I'm just, oh yeah, so when I was, you know, so I was like, how's he doing that? Man, you ain't no therapist. Get out of here, man. You know, so that's the thing, man, with Kate's Club, and then like just the people around me. It's a beautiful thing. It hasn't been as hard as I'll say for other situations that I've seen where people have lost people. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm truly blessed, you know, with the situation as far as like the people around.
That's awesome, man. And I'm so glad that you found that support group to help you, because, you know, and I've known you a long time. So when you started saying that, you know, I'm going to crack jokes, you know, in bad situations and rough situations, I already knew that about you, you know, because I've seen you do it, you know. It's like, you just, you know, that's part of who you are, and you're like Chandler on Friends. That's
There
how
it
he
is.
dealt with. That's how he dealt with shit. That was his character. He bad things. He'd tell jokes and crack wise and be silly, you know, and because it was his own, you know, tool to comfort himself, and you have to be able to, you know. But it sounds like, you know, in the face of such a horrible tragedy, that you and your kids are rebounding well, and you're bouncing things off each other, and you're staying, you know, true to her memory. And you got the star. All then that's just beautiful, dude. That's fucking
Dude,
awesome.
I'm telling you.
Forget the media guy in me right now. Just as a friend of yours for a long time, that just, you know, that makes my heart feel so much better about you. Because there was a few times I wanted to reach out to you, and I was like, you know, everybody's probably reaching out to him. I'm just going to let him simmer and just get his life back together. And I'll reach out when I feel it's right time. Because, you know, I wouldn't have even know how to speak to you when it happened.
That's the thing. No one knows what to say. And like, of course it would be Kanye, but Kanye had said that, like, when his mom died, he said he would be perfectly fine until somebody said something to him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't fault anybody for not saying anything, because in the same situation, I'm gonna send you, hey man, you all right? Like, and you gotta know that that's coming from a great place. So honestly,
Yeah.
like, if you feel any way about it, no, you did right. Because honestly, if you would have sent you know how hard it is for me to message back. I don't message back for nothing, anyways. You know,
terrible,
so like
terrible. You guys don't understand. I had to message Chris 77 times to get him on the show today.
78th, I answered them. Oh,
you know,
man.
but like you were saying, if somebody had brought it up, that, you know, that's when you feel it.
Yeah.
And you know, just recently, you know, I don't know if you heard, John Prisco's son was murdered.
What?
Yeah.
The
And Kyle.
little,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Half a mile from my house.
Yo, no way.
Yeah.
I just remember
100%.
with this, like, he had always had that little his hair went. Whoa.
Yeah.
When? You said when?
Month and a half, 2 months ago, something like that.
In Tampa?
Yeah. Right. Literally, like, maybe 3/4 of a mile from my house, right across the street from the public shopping center where I go shopping.
Oh,
so, and you know,
what's he
don't
like?
know.
Was 2019, if that? Like,
yeah, you know, he was in his 20s.
Oh my god!
But young, you know. I mean, I think 22 or 23.
Yeah, I remember when he used to show up to the gym. He was mad small. So Whoa, dang.
But
man.
when like, when I found out, I was okay. I talked with Tommy Caserto, I reached out to him,
Yeah, TC.
TC, and but and I was okay, and I was friends with Kyle, so I love that kid. He's a good boy. Fucking, I've known him, since he was a little fella, and I'd see him around town because we lived in the same area. I'd see him around town, what's up, how you doing, blah blah blah, fucking have a little fun. And when my wife came to give me a hug, that's when I started to cry and just fucking lose my shit about it because somebody touched me. So if somebody just spoke, it's the same thing that you're talking about, dude. And I'm feeling it, yeah. So craziness.
That's nuts, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because I think he just sent me a friend thing. I think I just accepted it too. I ain't even because he had Kyle, and then didn't he had a daughter? I thought also, right?
Yeah, Kayla.
Yeah. Wow, man. Yo, Tampa's wild, man. Who we? What was it? Nonsense Burner too?
We live in, I think so. We live in New Tampa. So we're not even in like,
y'all ain't even over there on Fletcher and Fowler and Bruce.
we're off Bruce B. Downs and I-75, closer to Pasco County.
Y'all in the nicer side of it. God.
Fucking, and literally, like I said, and I drove by where it happened, and I saw the news reports, and it was just crazy. And then I saw his mother's Facebook post about it, and that just broke my heart. And then I saw John post about it. I messaged John. John, I don't really communicate anymore. But I reached out to him and just, sent my regards because, I've known that kid forever. So it was rough, man. So I going through, when you lose somebody that you care about or that that you're in love with, if something happened to my wife, I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, literally I'll say almost for at least 6 months straight, I text my homies, hey man, y'all make sure y'all tell y'all ladies y'all love them. Y'all don't realize what they do for you, how the feelings they give you, all of that. As much as you argue and fight or whatever, I promise you right now, I trade all of that for for it. So I would make sure I told them, look, you better tell her you love her today because you never know. You know what I'm saying? So that was my whole biggest thing is just making sure the couples that are around me. And that's the thing too. I got a lot of homeboys that are married and great and just great situations and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely make sure hey, tell her you love her. Hey, what you talking about, bro? Just tell her you love her, man. Okay, I got you. And
don't make me angry.
Half of them get out the doghouse because your boy giving them just random advice.
There you go, and it's such a simple thing to show love. I tell my wife, 10 times a day I love her at least.
Word, got to, man.
And she tells me the same thing. We're flat broke. We ain't got shit going on right now, but we got love, and as long as we got that, we'll figure all the rest of that dumb shit out.
I'm telling you.
So. I heard a rumor today that there's a fight announcement. Is it true?
Who
can you say the fight announcement?
I would shit. I wanted to say the fight announcement, but I'm telling you, my bots are good and bad apparently because when they pick up news, pow, 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 I was like, how'd y'all know? I ain't even signed a contract yet.
That happened when you got to fight your first UFC fight. Fucking
yep, that is true.
I did that to you. I felt like an asshole after.
It's happened every fight.
Matter of fact, Dean Tool yelled at me for dropping your news. I was like, I'm just breaking news. That's what I do.
You mean it's on the internet? Why you mad at me?
But I got it from a source. I didn't even get it from the internet. I got it from a source. So I was like, fuck, somebody gave me news. Man. And it's hard being an independent media guy and getting news. So when you get it, you get a fucking boner and you drop the news.
Fucking I gotta drop this right now.
Right now. So I dropped it. I remember fucking you messaged me or something about it that fucking you didn't even know. And then Dean
was like, yo, how you know?
And I'm like, I know people. And then Dean messaged me and fucking yelled at me about it. Fucking said I shouldn't have done it. I was like, fuck.
Yo,
I just tried to drop some news for the first time,
Yo,
I can't win.
When you dropped it, I was like, Oh, so it did go through. I was more excited. It was like, yo, how'd you know? So it's real. It's real. Oh man, that was good stuff though. But yeah, man. Yeah.
So this one's out according to MMA. Like I didn't get a source on this one. I saw it from Nolan King from MMA Junkie. And they got a funny picture of you here going like this.
Really?
Oh yeah.
With the finger guns.
Look, I don't know if you can see it on the phone.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, it's perfect.
Right up there at the podium.
You gotta do the finger guns, man. You gotta let them know. Pew 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 pew.
So you're still rocking the baldy?
Who's in that other picture? Who they have? I didn't see the
Waldo
sure it's
Cortez
the right person,
Acosta.
That's hey man. That's what I heard from a bird that pulled up on the 3rd of August. So I don't know, I mean, there's sometimes the internet has a way. Let's just say the internet has a way. And sometimes the way the internet works, it works in mysterious ways. But I'm here to tell you. We fighting Waldo, baby. October 12th. Vegas, baby. Vegas! You heard me? Let's go! Yes, the rumors are true. Your boy is back. Tenfold. Beast Boy is back. Huh. We back out here ready to get it in October 12th. Me and your boy Waldo. I gotta get him some get back because he beat my Taekwondo brother. Damn, I say he's my brother. I don't even know his name. You know what I'm talking about, the Cuban Taekwondo guy who he just beat.
I know. He beat his ass too.
Oh, man, he made him look like he was a wrestler. That just hurt my heart. I said, Waldo don't even know how to wrestle. And what is going on right now? He's giving him the leg. I was like, oh man, that's disrespectful, bro. And then he beat my goat, Arlowski. It was taunting in the ring. We can't have that. That's disrespect, cuz. That's disrespect. You better put some respect on his name. Oh man, yeah. But with all that said, I am fighting Waldo on October 12th in Las Vegas at
the Apex.
Apex before they close that bitch. Yeah,
they're gonna close that down for some renovations in November. Fucking,
they're gonna have to shut it down. They're gonna have to shut it down after what I'm finna do, baby.
Oh
they're gonna
shit!
have to shut it down. Oh, that is the robot. Yeah, shut it down.
So you're just gonna break that shit ahead of time, so save them some money on construction costs.
Exactly. That's all I'm trying to do. You see, this is why the UFC mess with me. I do them favors, they do me. You see what I'm saying?
Company guy. Company fucking guy.
Oh man.
And I do want to go. I'm gonna two things for you before I let you jip. One, I'm gonna go back to what you were talking about with fighter pay, not complaining about it. Here's my take on fighter pay. I think all y'all fuckers should be getting more money. That's just my take. You guys deserve it. You're the reason people are tuning in. They're not tuning in to see 3 letters in the fucking bottom of the octagon. They're tuning in to watch personalities go out there and fight. So I think you all deserve more. I mean, I think the UFC, the fighters get, a percentage of it equals about 17% of what the UFC generates, whereas the NFL and NBA, all those, it's like a 50-50 split.
Cool.
And
the numbers.
So I mean, I think they have to do better. I also say this: if you're a fighter in the UFC and you're happy with what you're making, God bless you. Because
that's it.
You don't really hear too many fighters bitch about it publicly because they want to be in the UFC, and being in the UFC is more important to them, I guess, at the end of the day than the paycheck. But if you do your thing and you have a personality and you grab social media and you grab it all by the short and curly hairs and you fucking own it, you'll make the money. I mean, Conor McGregor's proven it. There's other fighters that have proven it. You certainly have the ability to fight and the personality side to prove it that you can fucking be a big money maker. So, I mean, look, Mike Perry came into the UFC, undefeated fighter, won a couple of fights. And I think before
Island fights, boy.
Yep. But I think before Mike, like after his second fight, the guys at first round reworked his contract.
Mhm.
Then they reworked it again. I think he had like 5 reworks while he was under one contract. And they kept elevating his pay because he was delivering and he was making a social media impact too. And that's what you got to do. That's the formula for success in combat sports. If you don't have both, you can still be an athlete, but you better be able to fight your balls off if you have no social media.
I'm telling you, like even just you can you can tell in just some of the interviews, like you'd have a better conversation with the brick wall than some of these guys because it's just like, hey,
It's
so
hard,
where you
dude.
from? Where I'm from. Okay, how you doing? Good. Do you like
You just beat the
strawberries?
shit out of that guy fucking with 3 punches to the fucking forehead, and then you kneed him in the nose and crushed his face. How did that make you feel?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Like, what are we doing? So that's the thing, man. What who was it? One of them city girls said, "You wanna make some cash, you better shake some ass." You gotta entertain, dude. Like
you have to
that's
entertain.
part of it. Like I get it. It's you have to look at it athletic first because this is a dangerous sport, all of that.
Absolutely.
But then the market that you're in, like if that's the case, go. You can. There's other places you can quote unquote go. Quit UFC, make a fight promotion yourself, put it on YouTube. You never know. You get one of them Jake Paul fights, you hot damn, you're good to go. But that's the thing. Like with me, you got to understand. I think it's because where I came from in this fight game, these checks are literally at sometimes now at this point 10 times different from what I was making and doing the exact same stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like after the fight, breakdance, ooh, front flip. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing that front flip forever. Now everybody sees it. You know what I'm saying? Like you've seen it. You knew about the front flip for everybody. You know, like
when you dropped it the first time in the octagon, I wasn't even fucking surprised.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like I think my thinking towards it is I understand everything I put in is literally getting paid off now. You know what I'm saying? And I've been about that. Never wanted to be called a journeyman, but I've been on that quote unquote journeyman journey to get to where I'm at. So my appreciation towards it, you know what I mean? And then again, not to whatever, but to bring up the Alex situation, my wife that passed, Dana called me himself. He didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody from the UFC reached out. Yo, hey, what can we do? Hey, da. Dana called me stupid for taking that fight because they literally called me 32 hours before that fight to tell me, hey, you need to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? So no one knew about it. I still went out there. My if you watch that walkout, I'm a little off because I'm a little off. And even during that fight, I would love to fight him again because during that fight, there's times where I'm just looking up at the ceiling like, God, dog, how do I pull a bow shot to my rib? Oh, wait, we fighting. Oh shit, I gotta wake up. Scott in my corner cussing me out. Hey, what are you doing? Are you at what point we gotta get, because he didn't even know. You know what I mean? He didn't even know at that time. So he was just confused because he has never seen me like that before. He goes, Chris, he said you were out there, but your mind was in the crowd doing something else. And that
I never seen you like that before.
On. It threw me off. Like I was like, wait, hang on. Yeah, let him grab you. Wow, what are we doing here? Like, there was at no point to where I'll say in the third, I finally was like, okay. Then he caught me with that shot, and then he hit me in the back of the head, and I was like, I told the ref, I said, at this point, just let him finish me off. Like, I was like, yo, whatever. You already done won these first 2 rounds. Just let him finish me off at this point. You know what I'm saying? I think we had like a minute something left or whatever. Talking about I was trying to pull an Aljo. You ever been hit in the back of your head by a grown ass man? Let me tell you something.
We just watched Big Frank Tate do that a couple of times. He caught Dylan Fleckler in the back of the head a couple of times.
Oh, yeah, I meant to say that, Chris. I saw you with your little cowboy hat out there. I said, what? You holding them notes. He said, Frank. Dang. I said, look at Chris still holding them. He still got it, baby. Let's go. Yo, that fight right there.
Yeah, it was a good night of fights at Iron Fight this past weekend.
Rocky-ish. I was like, oh no, he's down. Oh, he's back. Oh, he's down again. Oh, he's back. I fought Frank I know Frank got some heat, boy.
Frank,
Woo.
Frank, Frank, a little bit older than the average guy in MMA right now or
he
boxing.
Was 44.
But you know what? Yeah, and this is why, even though you said you were a journeyman a little bit, you went on that journey, and yeah, you're not at the the ripe old prime age of 30 years old right now. In the heavyweight division, it's almost okay.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
We last a little bit longer. My philosophy on that is
longer.
Turtles live the longest. You know why? Because they're slower creatures. Heavyweights are the slower of all the divisions, right? That's why we last. There's something behind that, us being big and not having to scramble 5 rounds of whatever. There's something in that. Now, when we get hit, that that speeds up that time frame. But other than that, there's something about being a heavyweight. If you equate it with turtles, longest living creature we got, you know what I'm saying? Heavyweights, you can be in your prime around your 35, 38. You know what I'm saying? Look at DC, 2-time champ. How old was he? Like 35
40,
at the time?
39,
he was 40 at the
39, 37 to 39.
That's right. Yeah, he was definitely up there. So, hey, man. Hey, what they say? Turtle wins the race. Don't look.
Hare and the tortoise. All right. And the last thing I want to ask you about is the heavyweight division. John Jones is the champion. Tom Aspinall is the interim champion, although he's defended it now against Curtis Blades. Stipe Miocic is getting the fight John Jones. What is your take on all the chaos up at the top of the division right now? Just honest. Give me your honest.
Them up there killing each other over that King's Throne. I got my little lawn chair chilling on the beach, watching these goofballs just watching them kill each other. But no, it's I don't know why. I won't say they done my man Stipe. I feel like Stipe, he never got his chance to actually, you know what I mean? Like, he's always came back or something else. And then on top of that, he's like, he's a firefighter, guys. Come on, man.
Yeah.
He's out here saving lives. Give my man a break, so I'm glad that fight's happening. I'm actually torn because I've trained with both of them.
I know you have.
It's going to be wild. Like, I will say, Jones, and this is my fighting in Japan days, so I'm 340, 350. Jones lat dropped me, and I haven't count ceiling tiles in I don't know how long, and I was like, hello, darkness, my old friend. And this is him coming down 205. Like, he was cutting weight to fight DC. So to imagine him now, I look at him and he's got like 605 on the squat rack, just and I'm like, boy, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way, boy. Ain't no way.
He's still got a little bit of chicken leg going on, though.
Now that's the thing. I'm like, that's 600 pounds. Look at them legs, though, baby. What is going on? I seen drumsticks big at Disney World, baby. What is going on? And then Stipe, flip side, I've seen, like, because I follow him and everything. Been waiting on my call, Stipe, huh? I know Jones wasn't gonna hit me up. Hello. But actually, I take that back. Jones did hit me, or the crochet boss. What's his name? Oh my God.
I know who you're talking about. And I can't.
Marcus, one of those two. But yeah, he hit me up and he was like, yo, no, Jones said come through, man. And I was like, he didn't say it, so it ain't true. Unless he said it, I don't want it. But yeah, man, like, just training with Stipe too, I noticed that because I trained with him when he got the belt. They didn't bring me. Oh, I had a fight going on during when he lost it. And then I trained with him when he won it back. So I was like, man, and the vibe there is, and let me not even try to take anything away from Jackson, but like Stipe's coaches, day one, you would have thought they wanted me to beat the hell out of Stipe. Like they were like, all right, here's what we're gonna need you to do. This, and that. I can't get mad at Winklejohn and them down there because there's so many fighters. They got to, hey, we got to da. I never got a chance to actually sit down, with them and figure things out. Because half the time I was just a sparring human punching bag for Alistair while I was out there. So that was pretty much that. But with Stipe's camp, man, up in Ohio, like, I don't know if it's just because I have family there too. So that family vibe of like pretty much the tribe here is exactly what it feels like up there at Strong Style, man. Like it's it's wild, man. And then at that time I first started training there, they had guys start popping up into the UFC. I think the first heavyweight was like Jeff something. I think they had like a big pool. They almost got me onto the Tough Show, the heavyweight Tough Show that season. Because it just looked great. I'm training with the actual champ at the time. It's like, hey, why not put him on? But it was too short notice, and they were like, "No, we can't do that's nepotism for Stipe." I was like, "I ain't even related to him. How's that nepotism? Y'all haters." Because
they did it for Connor. Fucking
right. Hello. But yeah, man, I think that the heavyweight division it's wild because you'll hear the critique of the top 10 or the super athletic heavyweights, but then you have oh my God, he just lost Saturday. What's his name? The heavyweight that just lost Saturday, he's not your typical build, heavyweight or whatever. Right. I ain't calling him pudgy or whatever. But then you kind of move down the list, and I see what they're talking about. Some of the critics and whatnot. So it's a toss up of the super athletic heavyweight and just the guy that's in there. And I'm so happy with being the guy because it sets your mindset somewhere else, like, oh, he's not going to be able to do anything. And then bow, spinning hook kick. Oh, so I love the fact that you doubt me. Please, by all means, doubt me. Cool. While I'm over here chilling, I want you to know I'm also over here getting better. And I'm watching y'all destroy each other, picking up notes. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Hey, I ain't make the game. I just follow it. But yeah, like, I heard Jones might retire after the Stipe fight, but I personally know that he knows in the way Jones thinks, he can't have it set in his mind that he's not going to beat Aspinall. Like he breaks down the game way like it's some astronomical, like, okay, I saw the guy breathe heavy twice during his second round of his fourth fight 2 years ago, so I know that's gonna have, like he gets that, like that.
His film studies are off the charts.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, what was Rashad's talking about, that little book, and he said he saw his name in it. Yeah, that's like the Death Note book, man. And everything he writes in it, he can make happen. So. But then you got Aspinall. He is different. I saw him training with Rico Verhoeven, which I got a chance to train with him with Alistair in Boca Raton. He made my legs now look normal. He made my legs look like John Jones' legs. Like Rico's legs it doesn't make any sense at all, man. And like him being what the king of the ring or whatever they call him now.
If he's making your legs look like John Jones' legs.
His legs are huge. Like it. What was Trump's? They're huge. When I tell you, Rico's got the biggest legs. They're huge. Yo, they're man. Like I feel weird talking about a man's legs like this, but damn, like Jean-Claude Van Damme, his legs are huge. But like watching him go back and forth with Tom, I'm like, oh my God. Like stand-up wise, no one's gonna be able to mess with Tom because Rico's already a beast standing up. And then I saw where Tom trains with what's that strong guy? Eddie Hall, the strong man or whatever.
I know who you're talking about.
Boy, he had to sit Eddie's big ass down. Eddie got mad because he couldn't hit Tom.
Maurice Green, by the way. Crochet boss, Maurice Green.
Maurice, yeah, there it is. Maurice, I knew it was an M. I knew it was an M. But yeah,
it was bothering me. It was in my head. It was like poking me around the
fucking. I know he crochet. Who is it? But yeah, like I think I like where it's at because at one minute, you're never gonna satisfy everybody. At 1 minute, the heavyweight division's boring. Now we got a bunch of weird shit going on, and it's like, well, y'all need to figure it out. It's like, okay, look, we just had a heavyweight fight. We had another one. He just defended his intern belt. We want one champ and one champ only. And it's like, oh my God. Well, this is going on. Look, people have live stuff happens. Oh, so I don't think anybody's ever going to be satisfied. I just say keep putting on the fights until it happens. Let's just sit back and, it's going to, I know it's going to happen. It ain't going to be no Connor Chandler thing. Let's just throw that in the wind. But I know Jones, his drive in this game is different, man. Like, not that he needs to prove a point, but he likes proving that point. You know what I'm saying? So and then we're talking like I ain't gonna sleep on Stipe now. Like Ngannou hits hard as hell. He caught Ngannou. Ngannou was swinging off of whatever it was and connected. And man, made my man hit that lean back on the left leg. I said, no. So it's not like Stipe is gonna be some. All right, let's not even talk about Stipe. Let's just talk about Jones fighting Aspinall. I think it's gonna be a good fight. People don't know about Stipe's ground game because he ain't really never had to be down there. But Stipe, my man Stipe can wrestle like for real.
But you know what? Stipe don't want to go to the ground. He doesn't want to wrestle. He wants to stand and knock your fucking head off. He's the heavyweight version of Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje can wrestle his fucking ass off. Justin Gaethje can wrestle, but he fell in love with knocking dudes out, and he fell in love and understood the fucking assignment about entertaining, and he turned into this fucking wild man that just fucking out there knock your block off. You hit me, I hit you. You hit me, I hit you. Whoever falls first, I mean, but that's why I think it's Stipe in the heavyweight division, because Stipe doesn't want to go to the ground, and Jones is going to take him to the ground and fucking. I think Jones is going to beat Stipe. I think Stipe has been away too long. And even though it's been a few years, that he got his last fight was against Francis, and Francis ended him. Just ended him. I just don't think it's a good idea for Stipe to come back, in my opinion. Doesn't mean I'm right, doesn't mean I'm wrong. It's just my opinion. Fucking everybody's got one, just like we all got an asshole. Fucking some of us are just big. Hey, yeah, sometimes they stink, It's like my fight picks. Sometimes they stink, But so I think Jones is going to win, and then I want to see him fight Aspinall, and then I want to see him fucking walk away after beating Aspinall if he could pull it off. I still think, in my opinion, the most dangerous fighter for Jones in the heavyweight division isn't Aspinall, though. I still think it's Curtis Blades because of the wrestling acumen that he brings to Jones, and Jones ain't gonna. It's hard for me to say because I've been a Jones fan forever, but I'm a huge Curtis Blades fan. I just don't think Jones can out wrestle Curtis Blades, and that's rough to say considering he's, he fought Daniel Cormier, Olympic level wrestler, but there's something different about Curtis as a fucking true heavyweight wrestler. He just hasn't wrestled the last couple of fights. You know what I'm saying? It's like, he's understood the game and he's grown to striking, but I think he presents the most unique, difficult style matchup for Jones, other than more than Aspinall, more than Stipe. But we'll just have to wait and see if they fucking play this all out. I don't care. I'm just going to watch them fucking fight and watch them dudes fucking each other up.
That is it. But I will say with Jones, he, during that 205 run, he was always the person, I want to beat you at your game, right? The first time I've ever seen him not do that was his heavyweight fight against Chris. Why can't I think of his name? What's his name? What's the guy from France? Cyril Gane. Yeah, Cyril Gane. Because normally Jones, when he fought Chael, Chael thinks he can out wrestle me. I want to do DC. I want to be able to take him down. So with him at heavyweight, I don't think he's, I don't want to say willing to take that risk. So yeah, like that Curtis Blades fight, I see what you're saying. He's gonna want to try to take it there with Blades, and Blade, look now, boy, Blades like a little anaconda when it comes to that wrestling. Like he's so smooth and fluid with it, So
remember what he did to Alistair?
Yeah. Okay, look, man, you ain't got to breathe. You ain't got to breathe that up.
I got to bring it up. He wrestled him down to the ground. Fucking used his fucking greatest weapon as wrestling to get down, and then he fucking just pounded him to hell.
I was trying to figure out what Alistair did to that man. I was like, damn, he owe you money or something. Jesus.
Between that one and when Ngannou dropped fucking Alistair's had two of the worst fucking moments in the fucking octagon, the heavyweight.
That's why he vegan now. He said, man, enough of this. I don't want no
Gave
beef.
Up that horse meat and shit. No more horse meat. All right, last question comes from the crowd. Have you seen the new Deadpool Wolverine movie?
Do you not see? You see Wait, where's it? You see Deadpool and Wolverine in the background?
I see Wolverine right there.
You don't see Deadpool right there?
Oh, there he is, right there next to the bear. Okay.
Man, of course. Yeah, no, I saw that when it came out on 16th. I saw it on the 15th. Our little theater plays it like one day ahead of time. So I was in there with my little popcorn buckets and everything, just woo! But yes, oh man.
What a good movie.
Yes. Oh, I absolutely love that movie. Absolutely.
the
love it.
soundtrack was off the charts.
Oh my, everything fit like a
Everything
prayer. Everything fit.
How the fuck they got Madonna in that movie? Fucking
hey,
that song
she's,
with that scene was
she's
perfect.
back hip. So yeah, no, you see, I saw her on like TikTok or something the other day. Like her face, she don't look like the Madonna I know, but she don't look like Madonna from the Like a Prayer video at all. But I was like, oh, get it, Madonna, I guess.
Crazy that song just so choreographed so well.
Yeah.
The movie itself, you know, I've seen a couple of people bagging on it, and I'm just like, you're an idiot.
Again, you can't please everybody. Whatever.
I don't know. Deadpool pleases everybody. That's as far as I'm concerned. Fucking all three installments so far have been really good movies. I mean, Deadpool, the first one, 2 and 3 are never going to be better than 1, because without 1, you don't get 2 or 3. So I don't think they're ever going to be able to, like Aquaman. Aquaman, the first Aquaman movie, fucking awesome. The second one was really good, but not as good as the first one.
But it wasn't number 1, baby.
It just wasn't number 1. Well, listen, boys and girls, we've been chatting for about an hour with my man Chris Beast Boy Barnett. He's got a fight coming up October 12th at the Apex, the UFC Apex. He's going to shut down the Apex before they close the doors in November. That's his call. That's what he said. It's October 12th versus Waldo Cortez Acosta, and it's going down. The Beast Boy is back. He's had some surgery. He's had some other shit go on, and he's recovered well. Hit that buzzer. Hit that.
And you know it.
And right before you go, dude, drop your social medias to everybody that isn't already following you. And if you guys aren't following Chris Barnett, you're an idiot.
Oh, you heard what he said. Oh, y'all get at me. I'm on I've been streaming lately on Twitch. My name on there, Beast Boy Barnett, Instagram, Beast Boy Barnett, TikTok, Beast Boy Barnett. I think I'm literally Beast Boy Barnett. If not, it's literally the same photo on each one. Other than that, shout out to that thick boy thing. They just sent me this shirt. Actually, they just sent me this shirt, and the words are like embroidered on it. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like
that's nice.
A pop out. It's got to pop out and show them. But yeah, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate everything, dude. And again, y'all heard what he said. If you need a giggle, a chuckle, or anything throughout your day, just go follow your boy. I promise you. Go down to about halfway on my Instagram, and if you don't laugh on your way up, I'll give you $5. But if you laugh now, you owe me. All right, how about that? Yeah. So don't be lying.
There we go. That's another income, another revenue stream right there. One more thing I forgot to ask you: are you still doing the Pokemon shit, bro?
Hang on. Do I? Don't look.
I gotta ask.
We just had the anniversary. Like it started July 6th or whatever. So yeah, we just had the Pokemon anniversary, man. I was like, I'll ride or die. Let me tell you something. Never. If I ever get a tattoo, my first one might be like a little Pokeball somewhere. I might get one on my cheek, since that's what all the cool kids are doing, right? They're getting those face tattoos.
Dude, listen. If you get a face tattoo, I will come up and slap it off.
Please do. If I ever, just know, if I get a face tattoo, I owe somebody money, or my life is being threatened. Just know that you
lost a major bet if you're getting a face tattoo.
I had to at that point. Wow, first one on the face. I'm good.
Oh my God. Oh, I hope my boy Dave is watching this, because there's so many clips we could take out of this episode and just fucking throw up, dude.
Good, perfect. That's
listen, brother. It's always a pleasure to chat with you. Let's not wait this long this time. We're going to stay in touch. If I can bring you back on regular, I might even ask you to join us on one of our Fight Bananas UFC pay-per-view watch-alongs, because you would be a fucking hoot.
Nice. When's the next Island fights? Because I wanted to pull up to this last one.
It should be October 25th.
I will be there then, because I would have just fought. And
you would have just fought?
Perfect. Yeah.
Come home with the big dub?
Hello. They were like, oh no, we got to shut down the Apex. Why? Because Beast Boy.
We just had Jimmy Uso at the show fucking on 84.
Wow. I saw Jones there too. I was like,
RJJ man. Was there.
And when Dumas there, right?
SD was there.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. They out here popping up. I see it.
We doing this shit, man. Fucking we riding out.
Wow, man, that's what's up. But yeah,
I
no,
would
definitely,
like-
I'm gonna pull up October then.
All right, cool. It's October 25th. I'll make sure to tell Dean.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna say, like, Dean, we need a front row seat for Mr. Barnett.
you ain't even got to do all that. I'll be too busy walking around. You already know I don't sit down. I can't sit down for more than 5 minutes. I'll watch half a round. All right, well, gotta catch the Pokemon, man. What's wrong with you?
Well, we'll have to have you sit in with Dave and Pearl on commentary for like one
Word.
fight or something. That'd be fucking awesome.
I'll stay still long enough for that. I'll give you that.
You know, I think about, what you could do after your career, and you know so much about the fight game because you've been in it so long, and with your family's Taekwondo background, you're not some fucking guy that just started fighting randomly. You've got wrestling, you've got Taekwondo.
I ain't new to this. I'm true to this.
Amen to that. But your personality would shine on a commentary booth.
Shoot, hey, look, hey, let your boy. I ain't trying to take nobody's job, but I'll pop up as a guest.
It's a date. I'm gonna let Dean know you want to do a fight.
Let him know. Let him know. I promise you. No,
all right.
No well, they ain't even gonna watch the fight. They're gonna be like, "Yo, what's he saying? What's he saying? Turn off the TV. Just listen to him." No, let me stop.
Some people might, man. Some people might. That's there's nothing wrong with that, dude. Some people just would rather listen to you than look at the screen.
Hey, if whoever does that, I'm gonna tell you right now, stop it. Get some help.
Well, listen, Mr. Beast Boy, this has been a lot of fun. We'll definitely get you back on. Like I said, we're doing a watch along this week, and they got it full already. So for 305, but I'll find out when we're doing the next one, and then I'll set up if you want to come on and do the watch along with us. You got to be ready to join us for like fucking, the whole main card.
Now, look, I'm there. I'm gonna be in here in this little room with y'all.
All right,
doing it big.
Doing it big. All right, brother. You enjoy the rest of your night. God bless to you and your kids. I'm happy everything's working out well. I'm happy you've found some, support around you. You got your tribe taking care of you. I couldn't be happier for you, man.
I appreciate it, man. And again, thank you so much for having me. Thank you to fans for always doing this, always pushing me back up. I do this for a reason at the beginning of my fight because I feel y'all's energy, man. So again, I appreciate it, Chris. Yes, let's make this sooner than later.
Absolutely.
Get your boy back up here again.
Matter of fact, when you get off this interview, could I have an old phone number of you that don't work? Message me.
I've had the same number since 9th grade, so it ain't me.
Really?
Yeah, I have had the same number since 9th grade.
All right, so wait a minute. Don't go nowhere.
Hey, don't you say it out loud. Now, hang on.
I wouldn't do that to you, bro. I like you. So let me see.
Okay, Ace, hang on. This dog came at the perfect time.
I'm sending this. Oh, where the fuck did it go? God damn it. All right. Share. No, I don't need to do that. Share to everybody in my phone book. No.
To everybody.
Everybody. You should be getting a picture on Messenger and tell me that's the right number.
Oh, you heard that. See? That's it. That's it. That's the same one since 9th grade.
Because the last time I messaged you, now I'm calling you out for you really don't answer messages.
Hey, look, I already spoke my truth.
The last time I messaged
2012.
you on 2022 was the last time I messaged you with this number. I was like, Chris, if this is still your number, this is Christopher James. I got crickets, dog. Crickets.
Oh no, it wasn't you. It's me. Okay, it's not.
I know it's you, bro.
Oh, that's awful.
Put me on unread for 2 years plus right now, bro.
Leave them on red.
Actually, it's almost 2 years. September 12th, it'll be 2 years.
Damn.
I'm going to message you on September 12th on your fucking phone just to commemorate that anniversary of being on unread for 2 years.
Oh, my God. Just send me a book. You're like, yo, Robert, that's how you feel, huh?
All right, man. Well, listen, man, this has been like my favorite conversation I've had with anybody in a long fucking time, dude. Fucking all the love from here, dude. Good luck in the upcoming fight. We'll be watching for sure. Go break the apex.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate it again, man. And fans, we're going to make this sooner than later.
Boys and girls, say goodnight to Mr. Barnett. That's the Beast Boy. He'll be coming your way through your fucking streaming service or through your TV.
Somewhere.
October 12th, the UFC Apex. The Beast Boy returns.
Sap suckers.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later, Chris. Have a good night, bro.
Yes, sir, man. You too. Appreciate it again.
Yes, sir. Boys and girls, that was the Beast Boy, Chris Barnett, man. Fucking love that dude. Always a fucking show when he comes on. But we're going to get more regular visits with him. And like I said, I'm going to bring him to a Fight Banana UFC pay-per-view watch along. It's going to light the fucking world on fire. Now, you guys out there, thanks for tuning in. I don't know who's coming on the show next week. I haven't reached out to anybody, any guests. I might even take a week off just because I've been running since June. I need a break. So, but I'll let you know. I'll probably fucking get somebody because, you know, I just fucking miss you guys if I don't do the show. But anyway, that's it for me. You guys have a great night. Thanks for tuning in to KHI with Christopher James. As always, thank you for being a part of my life today and for allowing me to be a part of yours for just a little while. I can never put into words what that means to me, but just know it's right here in my heart. And with that, we out of here. We'll talk soon. Peace. What happens if you lose, Nick?
Who the hell is Aquaman?
I get Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, I get sausage biscuits. Maybe you guys will see a little footage of that later on because we got some good stuff.
Go with the deuces. There you go, baby.